Welcome to Cape Flats, an apartheid-era dumping ground that, despite its reputation, is home for a lot of extraordinary talent. Today we meet the young 9-year-old tennis promise and hear his father's insights how champions are built.
My name is Muhammad Yasir Qasim and I am 9 years old. I want to be a professional tennis player.
I started to play with him at home with a wooden bat like I grew up from the age of 5. And he impressed me a lot. He's got this physical ability to run. He's got the physical ability to really go for every ball. And I was pushing him a lot. Many a times he's crying with the mother that he doesn't want to play tennis anymore. But I saw in him that, listen, I didn't get these opportunities and I want to help you to get it. I think for me, seeing him every day, I don't realize how good he is. But when he competes with other children, they look like beginners against him. Last year he was 8, he won the Western Province Under-9 tournament. This year he won the Boland, which is another big area. He won that national tournament Under-9. Altogether in this whole area there's about 5 million people. So he's the champion of this whole area. And I'm very proud of him.
We'll take it, won't break it. Yeah, we will now. Come on, wait and see. Make it. Won't break it, I just take it, wait and see, oh.
It is not the talent that will take you to places. It is hard work, dedication, determination, and believing in yourself that will actually open that door, that window for you to reach your goals in life. Now you must also remember in our history in South Africa, we had the apartheid system where my color and the black, we can't play with the white people. But I worked very, very hard. For me to compete against them who had all the privileges in the world was very tough. In the township where I grew up, we were so poor that we can't afford to go to a tennis court or a tennis racket. So we made our own wooden bats out of wood and we played in the street. But I had a vision, I had a goal. Apartheid did such a lot of harm to us, but it also made us tough as human beings to fight until the last point, to fight for what we deserve. From the background that I come from, and now the things that I've achieved in life, and I can give it back to these community children, and I can take them further by telling them I had a dream. I grew up poor like you, but I reached my goal because it was hard work, determination and self-belief. You need to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you.
There is a lot of talk about the African heritage and Afrocentrism. Beside the talkers, there are the doers realizing their dreams. Witness yourself how this rising fashion house is turning African heritage into beautiful, modern clothing.
Dida Clothes is a clothing house, is a fashion house that is into Afrocentric style of clothing, which means African style of clothing, but in a modernized way. So the essence and the inspiration behind Dida Clothes is to ensure that African heritage is celebrated by all. Here we have a modeling agency, the Dida Modeling Agency. So we groom our models, existing models, and also those who want to take it as a career. We train the models, those who have no knowledge about modeling. I'm so excited because my dreams are actually coming through. Seeing people appreciate the beautiful designs and appreciating the African heritage is something of joy and excitement to me, because even other continents equally appreciate and wear these designs.
Welcome to Johannesburg, aka Joburg, the home of many. Today we meet one of the great creatives of the city, leading a successful 2D animation studio.
So I'm Nick Clutie, I'm the Managing Director of Mind's Eye Creative. We're a 2D animation company based in Johannesburg, South Africa. We've grown to 15, but it increases on an ad hoc basis, depending on what we need for the project. So project to project, we need to scale up or scale down accordingly. Animated series for television is where we need to be at the moment. It's most cost effective, especially if you consider the overlapping schedules. We've been working on the Department of Basic Education. We found a way to popularize their action plan. So we would show and demonstrate to parents how it is that they can be involved in the process and understand the process and encourage them to know more. Effectively, it had to do with different programs I have, like agricultural within rural districts, and teaching them conservation and things to do with water. Most of the market is dedicated toward children, sort of preschool market, you know, and tweens and teens. Well, we've been developing a project called Lake Blah, which is about two little monster friends that cause pandemonium in one another's lives because the radically different ways that they think. This one property that was created by Rudolf Bunzaya is called The Last Library. Yeah, it's about a librarian, but actually the focus is centered around Shelley, who's a blogger extraordinaire. So she's like one of the new generation of kids that's tapped into the digital generation. Dumb Gems and Dragons. My brother created this concept. It's a parody, but it pretty much brings to life the humorous scenarios imagined by the role-playing community. South Africa has an incredible sense of humor. I really appreciate that people know how to take the mickey of themselves and not take themselves too seriously. There's also a very collaborative culture. Even when you're engaging with competitors, they're prepared to work with you. They're prepared to work toward a common cause, and it's a really collaborative environment, I find. The majority of our entire audience base in the whole of the country is most accessible through mobile networks, because smartphones are becoming more accessible. And if there's some way in which we could ease the burden of data costs and just allow them access, and for a small amount, allow them to access this content, I feel that we could change the landscape.
Thank you for watching Good News. If you have a good news story you think should be absolutely covered, send us email to news@goodtv.com.